Shotgun kernels pop. Plants are breakable. Using the shovel you can break plants. This can be very good for a team trying to control a specific part of a map. Horses. They exist. This is a horse. I know, shocking. They appear on West Side and you can get environmental kills from them. Somehow I fall for it every time. This friendship is over. One World. This one's going to take a while to talk about, and honestly, it could have had its own video. But at the rate I'm uploading, it will probably come out in 2023, so I'm just gonna get through it now. Also, thanks Peachy for this list. There might have been a couple changes that I made, but it really helped me make this portion of the video. On Countryside, we can see the motel sign and the barn. Both of those landmarks and the hills can confirm that Roadside is beside Countryside. We can also see the land slowly turn to sand and into the hills. Luckily, there's also a water tower on Roadside, which you can see from Westside. Now I know what you're thinking. Crazy, can't you see that the sun is either rising or setting from the east or west respectively? Why don't you find out where every map is using that? Or maybe you're not thinking that, but it's for the purpose of the video, so pretend you're thinking that. Oddly enough, only West Side, Graveside, and Dark Side have a moon or sun. And yes, I also checked the New Forest side. How does this universe stay lit? Maybe all the maps are during different timelines, and Forest Side is just post-sun explosion. And also, even if all the maps had a sun or moon, they don't move. I can't tell if they're rising or they're setting. Dark Side and Sunny Side also have a road on them, so I think it's safe to say that they're connected to Roadside and also close to Countryside. Anyway, there's a few Easter eggs on some maps that hope to tie the Shotgun Farmers universe together. First of all, there's a lot of things to discuss on Roadside. For one, all the gas pumps read the exact same price, 1988. In my notes, P2808 and Bacon and X, an old Shotgun Farmers player, said that they look like they're from the 1940s and 50s. However, American gas prices suggest that Shotgun Farmers is set in the mid-2000s, which makes me believe Shotgun Farmers has its own economy. As for other references on Roadside, the billboard is a reference to Sunnyside, which is the training map and the counterpart of Darkside, and the freezers are also a reference to Northside. There was only 2 screenshots that I could find to see if the freezers said Northside before Northside was actually added. This one's for me, you can tell it's for me because of the way it is, and this one that I took in April. And I mean, I don't know guys, I can't tell if it says Northside on it. Countryside I don't really have anything to talk about, other than why the heck the windows are barricaded in. I mean, I barricade my windows too if plants all of a sudden have the properties of a gun. On Riverside, there's not much either, it's just there's a grading company called Izakor. That's totally not a front for smuggling Molotovs. Wait, Ironside? I'm actually excited to talk about Oceanside because there's a big elephant in the room I want to get out of the way. Deep lore is what I'm telling you. This thing has changed 3 times. Not once, not twice, 3. Now why would the Oceanside picture need to be changed 3 times? It would go unnoticed by the average player. Who you trying to fool? We'll talk about you later. And that's about it for SF world building. You probably forgot this was an Iceberg video, huh? Oh yeah, I guess these maps will have to wait for another time. Oh, not you. You stay, my precious. You'll get the spotlight someday. Vanos Gaming and other YouTubers. Vanos and other YouTubers like Markiplier had a big influence on Shotgun Farmers. They're what helped the game initially take off, and how a lot of people were first exposed to Shotgun Farmers. Me? No, I found it through Limited Hardware and the Steam Upcoming section. This is initially the idea where YouTuber hats came from. Basically, if they had a hat, they helped SF.
Oh, what are you doing?
Take that chicken.
What are you doing?
Oh my god, I have chocolate
Put
in
him
my
down.
hands! I don't know how to put him down!
The confetti soda machine! Here's a nice and short one. The soda machine in the gas station on Roadside shoots out confetti. Also, I don't know if the hitbox has changed, but I went through so many attempts trying to get that clip. Now, for some reason this stopped being a thing, as you can see in this old April Fool's video I made.
Consecutively, it's a little bit hard, but... Wait, it doesn't play the confetti anymore? Oh.
It just doesn't work. And I swear I had footage of it working, but the only proof I have of it working is a screenshot from February 2019. Gross! The portal on Graveside, and the one on Westside. So obviously the one on Graveside is the one most players know about. It teleports players and objects from one end of the map to another. You used to be able to go through the portal as much as you wanted, but people were stalling with it, especially in tournament matches, so now there's an 8-second timer on it. The mind games were really fun when there wasn't a timer on it though. The portal is a bit precise with the angle you shoot objects through it, but you can get some peak Shotgun Farmers clips with it. Now the one that's a little bit less known is this toilet.
Don't come in! Occupied! You wait your turn like everybody else.
Honestly, I think that door is better kept shut though.
My main goal is to blow up.
Bumpkins appear on Graveside, and they do 100 damage to your health and 100 damage to your shield. They used to be much smaller, but they got bigger in an update. You can use them for sabotage and hitting clips. The roadside fence. You know this fence? This is the fence. What's so special about it? Your head hitbox extends to the fence and you can shoot through it. I tried to get the bot to do this, but it just gave me this weird look and walked away. This fence is also great for messing with people. Exhibit A. Exhibit B. Exhibit C. I think you get the point now. TikTok. You know what? I'm gonna cut myself off. We're gonna do something else. I don't want to talk about TikTok right now. Welcome to the lightning round, where we'll be going through as much lore as possible in a minute. Why? I hear you not asking? Well, I'm going to tell you anyway. It's because the idiot who runs this YouTube channel has nowhere else to put it in the video. Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Go!
Borderline on Shotgun Farmers lore, but did you know you can report people and bugs with F6? In an older version of Shotgun Farmers, did you know that the guns on the map didn't actually spawn immediately? They started growing from the beginning of their cycle, which led to more shotgun fights early game. This is what the old Shotgun Farmers leaderboard looked like. Guess the cheaters. There was a reference to Sloth in there, who was a developer for Shotgun Farmers on the Darkside map. During some time in 2020, Quasi, who's the lead developer for Shotgun Farmers, took away the function to disable the HUD, which was known as Tray Mode, and was buying 12 of the F keys. In late 2020, this feature was re-added in the options menu under video. In a much older version of Shotgun Farmers, there was a green flaming skull cosmetic. Was it removed or changed because it was too violent, or maybe it's still in the game? Who really knows? According to a couple of screenshots I took from 2018, all bots used to have the same profile picture. Did you know the cow head used by players in their hat slot was also updated when the cow model changed? Now you do. During the 2019 Easter event, cows were given a chocolate texture and box were turned into yellow marshmallows that resemble peeps. Tree hopping, also known as tree parkour, appeared in my 2019 special techniques guide involved using the trees on the graveside map to gain an advantage. Playing on the lowest graphics setting, you skip a side advantage too. You used not to be able to drop guns on the ground and pick them up, which sometimes led to guns that should have despawned being teeny tiny. Also, players who used higher graphics settings could see red outlines of enemy players, but a bug made so that players using the lowest graphics setting couldn't see outlines. Some other funny bugs include scoping in with the leaderboard open, gnomes being out of reach, and bot duplication. Also, this visual bug that appeared for a short time which let you sneak peek hard drugs. Wow, I understood none of that. Did you have to pause the video and go back and rewatch some of it? Yeah, and I still got nothing. Huh. Alright, moving on. Pokémon Took. I really hope I pronounced that right. Originally, this was going to be a topic in the 1-minute game show section, but while doing research, I was pleasantly surprised when I found as much information about a single Shotgun Farmers item that I and many others currently playing the game would never have known about. So thank you, Tommy, for answering my questions, sharing your experience, and history of the Pokémon Took. Tommy and Kyle, known as Toki, play a lot of new or upcoming indie games on their Twitch channel. They met Quasi at Play New York City in 2017, and began playing Shotgun Farmers on their stream, holding tournaments and playing with viewers. My guess is they were the first to really hold SF tournaments at a level in the community that wouldn't be seen elsewhere aside from official tournaments or the biological tournaments, but that's a topic for another video. Tommy says it was also a surprise to him when the hats were added into the game, as he didn't know until they were in it. I'm kind of curious if this is how all the other influencer hats made into Shotgun Farmers, as a surprise nod to notable streamers and players, or if at some point more communication started taking place about what the hat would exactly look like, or when it would happen. For example, in Zombear's or Lasagna's case. Tommy also notes that the hats resemble what they wear IRL, the red one being Kyle's and the black toque resembling his. Lastly, he says how awesome Quasi was during interactions and early development of Shotgun Farmers, which I don't doubt. From my own experience, Quasi really likes taking feedback and talking with the community.